What's going on, y'all? So listen. What's going on, y'all? So we are back again for another episode review of Sistas, okay? This season 3, episode 9, Complicated Situations. So we pick up where we left off last week with Gary popping up on Robin and Andi. Okay. Now see, I ain't got time to be playing with your feelings and playing with your, trying to accommodate your feelings just so you won't feel hurt or whatever. Listen, Andy, you got caught in 4K, okay? You got caught in 4K. That's it. That's all to it, all right? Now, Gary, he better than me because, no, I ain't even going to say he better than me. Gary is better than I thought he would be because I literally thought Gary was finna start a scene, okay? Gary sat down like, listen, bruh, you know who I am? She was like, oh, this my fiance. And Robin was like, oh, okay, yeah, she been talking about you this whole time or whatever, saying how much of a good man you are and all this stuff. And I'm just sitting here like, so you playing this role so that Andi won't get in trouble? Because I'm pretty sure Robin peeped game, okay? Robin peeped the situation. And that's sad when people can tell how your situation is just by looking at it for a quick second, okay? And basically what it all boils down to is Gary is in his feelings because he was like, let me follow you and see what's up because you told me that you were supposed to be going to meet with your girls, but yet you over here talking to this dude. And she was like, listen, it's just a business meeting, a business dinner. Okay, well, if y'all had to do business, how come y'all couldn't do business at the office? That's exactly what we all been saying. And Andi tried to do that, but see, Andi knew what she was doing as well. Robin knew what he was doing as well. They flirting with each other. So that's all that it comes down to. And you got caught, all right? No ifs, ands, or buts about it. So Gary was like, you know what? I'm gonna leave. I'll see you later or whatever. She was like, okay, cool. Robin still sitting there like, maybe this wasn't a good idea, but yet you're still flirting with her. Andi was like, nah, it's cool or whatever. We'll be all right. He was like, are you sure you're okay? You don't need me to handle nothing? I said, what you gonna do, Robin? You're not finna do nothing. And at the end of the day, Robin, you knew exactly what was going on. Andi told you that she was engaged. Andi told you that she had a man, and you still took it upon yourself to want to catch feelings. You took it upon yourself to want to flirt. And then Andi, you also is attracted to him, and you took it upon yourself to go to dinner with him, okay? Because you did not have to. You did not have to, but you chose to. And the way that Gary walked off and the way that she left him at the table talking about she went over there to her friends and all that stuff and saying how she about to leave. Girl, it just gave me the tease like Gary might be a little bit abusive, okay? Like either verbally or physically because, we already just seen some signs, okay? But, it was just the way that she did it. And Robin, he getting out talking about something, I'll see you later. I'll talk to you in the office tomorrow or whatever. And I'm just sitting here like, if y'all gonna do it, just go ahead and do it, okay? Because that's where it's leading up to. It's leading up to that, and Danni and, Danni, Sabrina, and Karen, they sitting over there trying to figure out what's going on. And then when Andi finally do come back to the table, Karen is in her feelings a little bit. She was like, so you just about to get up and leave, but yet you up here sitting up here with this F me dress, you know what I'm saying? And you doing all of this stuff for this boy or whatever. She was like, I'm just up here, okay? Andi trying to make up little excuses. It ain't nothing. It was just a business dinner. And then Danni get involved and she was like, girl, look at you with what you wearing. Danni said, that's fine with me. Okay, I narrowed and everything. Because Andi was like, you got your legs out and all that. She was like, I sure do. I sure do. And what's your point, okay? I know what I came here for, but what did you come here for? Andi, at the end of the day, you knew what you was doing, okay? Karen was like, so we're not going to talk about this whole lawsuit stuff that's going on? You just finna leave us here right here? Andi said basically, yeah. It's okay. I'll take care of it. You don't need to worry about it. Let it go. I'm about to go home to my man. Okay? That's all that needs to happen. I'm sitting here like, oh, okay, that's what we doing, Andi. She walks up out of there. Danni didn't want to leave because at this point everybody was just like, let's just go, okay? But Danni didn't want to leave. She was like, we here to have drinks or whatever. Let's have drinks and let's kiki. Let's have some fun. And Karen was like, don't you got a boyfriend to go home to? What's going on with you and Preston, okay? She was like, I mean, it's cool or whatever, but still, I just want to kick it, But eventually they all left, okay? So, Andi gets home. Andi gets home and Gary is sitting on that couch in his feelings. She was like this. So you want to talk about it? No, not really. I don't feel like talking about it or whatever. And she was like, well, what is it? And it was like, nigga, you lied to me. You lied to me. I didn't lie to you. It was a lie of omission. I said, that's still a lie. Okay. I told you that I was going to meet up with my girls. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't tell you that this dude was going to be there. It is what it is. And at this point, they're going back and forth about it. You know, he raising his voice. Andi talking about something. Don't talk to me in that tone. Okay. You know, talk to me lower. Okay. You better lower your tone. He just want to get down to the bottom of it. In the grand scheme of things, because it's Gary, it's very much coming off as if he's very much insecure. But at the same time, you know, he was right about his feelings. Okay, that is what makes me mad. Is because he was right about his feelings to go out there and to look after her. I wouldn't go out there and following somebody. If I have to go follow somebody, you know, that I'm supposed to be with because I don't trust them, there means that there really is no trust in that relationship, and I need to let that go, okay? Because I'm not about to be keep on, you know, keeping up tabs and tracking you down or whatever just to see if you're where you're supposed to be, okay? And Gary don't trust her. She don't trust Gary. Why are we doing this, okay? He talking about something. Don't talk to me in that condescending way. Now you're being condescending, okay? And at this point, Gary was like, listen, I'm about to go, okay? I'm about to go to the gym. She was like, okay, fine. Go to the gym. This motherfucker didn't come home, all right? Later the next day, Karen gets on the phone with Andi, you know, because she was looking for Gary. Gary didn't come home. You know, Karen gets on the phone with her, and, you know, Andi is telling her what's going on, what's happening and everything. And she was like, well, did Gary come home last night? She was like, truth be told, I don't even know. I don't even know, you know, because I was asleep. Because at first, Andi tried to make it seem like, you know, he went to the gym, then he came home, they talked for a second, and then, you know, he left out for work or whatever. But what really happened is she don't know if he came home or not. And while they was in the midst of that conversation, Gary finally pops up. Gary pops up and said that he was at the gym, and Andi said for 6 hours, and he said, yeah, you know, I was up in there, you know, just sitting around thinking and stuff like that. I said, you sitting up in the gym for 6 hours just thinking? Boy, if you don't come up with something else. And then he brought his therapist in there to make it seem legit, you know, talk about something. She want to see us later on today. And I'm just like, who is this therapist? I need to see who this therapist is, because he brought her up a few times and we still have not seen her. Who is it? Okay. And, you know, I guess that's what they gonna do. I said, Andi, let it go. Let it go, because next week you still gonna be playing around with Robin. And at this point, from that preview for next week, it look like Robin is about to be here to stay. You know, like he about to be in the office for good. Okay. Speaking of stupid moves, Sabrina. Girl, let's just go there for a second, because this was a little small. Sabrina go home. She gets a knock at the door, okay? And who's at the door? It's Jacobi. Sabrina, open the door. It's just me. I need to talk to you. I'm just trying to apologize. I said apologize through the door, nigga. Okay, what is going on? You don't need to come in or whatever. First of all, just get away. All right. You can call me, okay? Call the manager or whatever. At this point in time, you didn't put allegations out there about me. You done made me feel like I did something terribly wrong, which she did, but you made it worse than what it was actually is. And, you know, I don't play around with those things, and then you're going to come to my house too. I don't know what you about to do. I don't trust the situation. I'm sitting here screaming at Sabrina, don't open up that door, girl. Don't open up that door, girl. Damn it, she opened up the door. She opened up the door, stepped back, and let him step in. Now, what if he was there for something else? Okay, like just to hurt you or something. Like you literally allowed him to come into your place and then try to act scared when he come in. No, he wanted to give her a letter, basically put it out there that, you know, nothing, you know, he was saying about the sexual harassment allegations or whatever, that was false and all this stuff. He was like, I even got my fingerprints on the letter so that they can know and all this and woo. And, you know, I was really feeling you, and I was just in my feelings because you chose that other guy over me. And she was like, how you feeling me and you just not knowing me? You don't even know me like that. I mean, you can develop feelings for a person real quick, okay? That's a given. But at the end of the day, Jacobi, she was already in this little circle or whatever, this back and forth was Calvin, okay? and you was just a piece of meat at that time. Okay, he was like, like, you ain't like what we did up in the kitchen. I said, if that's all y'all did up in the kitchen, obviously it wasn't nothing. It was just a booty call. Okay, that's all that it was. Y'all be putting y'all feelings into stuff that ain't real. Oh my God, some of y'all just don't know how to have sex with no emotions and friends with benefit type of stuff. Cause y'all just be getting y'all feelings all wrapped up in it and wanting more. Even though, once again, Sabrina, you were dead ass wrong for starting a relationship, or even trying to. You really wasn't starting a relationship. You went over the line, because you are the boss technically in this situation, and you slept with an employee, and you shouldn't have done that. Okay, so you was wrong in that aspect, and something should have happened to you as well. You should have got at least a suspension written up or something like that. I don't know about demotion, but you should have had some consequences happen to you. But he took accountability for his actions. A little too late for me, but okay. And then I'm sitting here like, that's all you wanted to say. You could have said that through the door, and you could have slipped a letter underneath the door, and that's it. That's it. Hit it, quit it, and go. Okay. Sabrina just, she ain't all the way there sometimes. Okay. She's aloof. There you go. She's aloof. Okay. Meanwhile, speaking of Calvin, we got Maurice. He goes to the bar. He's still at the bar, whatever. And the bartender, Chris, he's just talking about, how Calvin is doing with his whole situation. And of course, Maurice had to tell him. But, they noticed that the bar is the club not popping like it usually do. And, the bartender a little worried because he needs some tips and stuff from his job. That's how he making his little money and stuff. And so at this point, Q comes up in there. And so Q come over there, and he was like, I want to thank you and tell you I appreciate you for, talking to me, and I apologize for doing the things that I did, and, I'm sorry for this and sorry for that. Why don't you let me make it up to you by letting me take you home and, kicking it with you? He was like, no. Okay, that's not what we about to do. So you could come back to the scene of the crime where you stole from me and then steal from me again. You want to steal out my house again? No, that's not what's gonna happen. What is it? You ain't got no place to stay tonight? Nope. You ain't got nowhere to sleep? Nope. And I'm just sitting here like, so you just need a bed. That's all that it is. I don't know if he really. Maurice probably did get into Q's mind because nobody probably really sat down and actually told him that he could do better with himself. But at the same time, he also needs a place to stay, okay? A bed to sleep in that night. And that is what he's used to. And he know Maurice like him like that, okay? And at this point, Maurice gave in. Maurice gave in, brought him to the house, and we see Calvin, and, he telling him, you better be glad Maurice didn't call the cops and all this stuff, and woo, woo, woo. But, of course, Maurice making jokes about how you need to lock the doors, and I'm about to be up in there making my noise and stuff like that. You know how he do. Baby, when they get up into that room, and Maurice was talking to old boy was like, I don't do no kissing, I don't do no sucking. I said, wait a minute. Now, on the one hand, I get it because you a stranger. I don't see how y'all be kissing when y'all do one night stands, because I know some of y'all do. Okay? Y'all be doing all that kissing and stuff. Like, I feel like sometimes, like, kissing is such an intimate thing, I gotta know you before I want to put my mouth on you any type of way, And I feel some type of way about that. Like, I just don't go up kissing strangers and stuff like that. But then you about to be putting your mouth on their genitals, so you might as well do it. So it's like, and I guess in this case, kissing, like I said, it's more intimate when we're just having sex, okay? So I don't know. That's what it was. I was like, you don't want to kiss? You don't want to hug? You don't want to cuddle? You don't want to suck or whatever? He was like, I'm strictly a top. I said, all right. Basically, don't touch him. The only thing that you going to do is suck him off. He was like, you can suck me, but I ain't sucking you. I said, what the fun is, like, you don't get no, okay, all right. And I know some people that's just like that. But anyway, so, Maurice was like, I mean, that's it. He said, that's it. Maurice is talking about something. You don't want to do other stuff like, actually, just cuddle and do all this other stuff and make it more intimate, like, or whatever. And Q was like baffled by it. He was like, but I'm pretty sure just like everybody else that come to me for sex, it's just for sex, okay? They don't want all that. And he was like, I know I make jokes or whatever, but yeah, I do and all that stuff. But I'm just saying we can do a little bit more, you know. And he was like, don't worry about it. I got more for you to work with. And at that point, he pulled down his pants. Maurice saw what he was working with and dropped dead to his knees real quick. When he did that shit, I passed out for a second. I said, listen, Maurice is funny. I don't care. So the next day, you see Calvin out there and Maurice and Calvin having a conversation. Of course, Maurice had to put it out there that, you know, his man. I said, see, that's not your man. That's somebody that you just got your fulfilling the need for that night. Okay, that's it. Stop calling him your man. I don't care if you joking, but in a sense, I feel like Maurice is being serious or whatever, even though it's getting under Calvin's skin and he doing it on purpose. Calvin had to tell him about himself. You are lonely. That's why you doing the stuff that you doing. He said, I ain't lonely, bitch. The way that he said it, I ain't lonely, bitch. And he was like, yes, you are. Okay. Calvin was like, Maurice was like, no, boo. If I'm doing what you think, I'm just up here, you know, messing around with this person and that person, you doing the same thing, even though you straight. You having sex with other girls and stuff like that. And I'm sitting here like, he got a point. You doing the same thing. So it was like, you the one that's lonely. So you're projecting your feelings on Maurice, all right? And truth be told, I'm pretty sure both of them lonely at this point, all right? And so, Maurice gonna mess around and get his feelings hurt. I really wish he did not sleep with Q. I really did, cause that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. Q gonna break his heart and he gonna get way too invested, and Q ain't about that. Q is not about that. Q is a whore, okay? And you can't turn a hoe into a housewife sometimes, you know? And so moving on from that, who else was in this episode? Karen. Karen go to the shop. Pam done told her because the shop is like real empty and it's a Friday. Usually Fridays be jumping. Pam was like, listen, so-and-so stylist that used to work here, he done took half the clientele and he went and started up his own shop, and he done put a discount prices on there, so the prices is lower. Okay, it's a little bit cheaper, bitch. So of course everybody gonna go over there. So Pam is in trying to work her magic and see what's going on. Karen and being all up in Karen business, trying to get the tea and everything, just being nosy as ever. And then Aaron comes in. Aaron comes in basically talking to her about what happened. Karen was like, I was trying to call you. I ain't heard nothing from you in days, you know, because the last time we seen Aaron, it was right after him and Karen had sex, and then he immediately had to leave because he claimed he had to handle something. He said he had to handle something, and hopefully everything will be good. And she was acting like, so you basically regret what we did. And he was like, no. Okay, so what it comes down to, he want to have like a formal dinner with her, do like a dinner and a movie at her place, and they just do a dinner and a movie. I said, ain't nobody Netflix can chill. Okay, we don't do that. We Netflix chill and all right, that's what we do. Okay, so they gonna wind up fucking. That's all that it comes down to. I don't really care about them, to be quite honest. Danny, Danielle, ma'am, you're gonna mess up a good thing. If you are bored with Preston because you don't know nothing about Preston and you think all he talks about is the rodeos and the cows and stuff like that, you're not really trying to get to know him, and you're not really trying to open up to get to so that he can fully know you. We have yet to see you be really like open with him, and then y'all going out and doing things together, doing activities together, instead of him just being up in the house. You coming in and you're trying to sabotage your relationship, and you're making me mad with it, girl. You're making me mad with it because it don't have to be. Open up your mouth and tell him what it is. This man is really there for you, and you're gonna mess it up, okay? You're coming in late, you're not telling him what it is, then you're leaving early, you're being very short with him. Don't nobody got time for that, okay? I don't have time to read your mind. He don't have time to read your mind, and it look like from the looks of it, he don't know how to read your mind, okay? He wouldn't know how to read a mind if you put that mind right there and said, read those words that's coming up in my brain. He wouldn't know. He wouldn't know. Okay, so stop that. Get your baggage out of the way. Okay, you're gonna mess up a good thing. Meanwhile, Zack and Fatima, they my favorite couple on here. Okay, they my favorite couple. But Fatima, girlfriend, I'm gonna need you to get some I'm gonna need you to, come to terms with what exactly it is that you truly want, okay? Because you also are bringing hurt feelings, baggage into this whole relationship. I don't care if you think that you and Zack is just messing around and that's just your fuck buddy or whatever, and you trying to close off your emotions and stuff like that. It's not gonna work because you already have real emotions and real feelings for him, okay? And you're trying to shut them down, and you don't want to give in to him. If you don't want to give in to him, you shouldn't be having sex with him, okay? That man likes you, regardless of how I feel like he still likes Karen. You never really get over a person that you truly loved, okay? You don't ever get rid of him, but you can move on and love somebody else. He trying to move on, you pushing him away, all because you had a bad experience or whatever with somebody that you was with the last your ex-boyfriend. And that's understandable. It's understandable. The ex-boyfriend was lying to her the whole time, had a whole fiance, okay, and had people laughing at her, looking at her crazy when he broke up with her on a Friday and got married to the girl on a Saturday. I said, you ain't do nothing. And you ain't do nothing, girl, that'll break me. That'll break me so bad. So I get it. I get it. But you got somebody here that, is trying to be there for you, that's showing you something, and you yourself see something good in him, okay? But you're not allowing yourself to, go down that road. You're going to get your heart broken. Like Zack said. You have to learn to move on and let go, okay? You can't keep on holding on to that baggage, keep on holding on to that pain, because it's not healthy for you. You going to wind up being alone all your life if you keep on doing that. That's a message to somebody out there. That's a message to somebody out there, okay? And so, she up there trying to talk about something, she finna get ready to leave. And, she was like, I don't want to trust you. He said, don't trust me. I'm a fucker. And then she goes and say, you're not a fucker, but I appreciate you telling me not to trust you because I know that already. And I'm sitting here like, what? Girl, Fatima, what you want, okay? You up here talking about something, you finna leave. Zack then went down on you and said, no, you ain't. We almost got a nip slip, okay? Y'all saw how quickly she pulled that cover up so we can't see nothing. She was like, oops, this ain't BET Plus, because on BET Plus, they show it all, baby. They show it all. I was like, oh my God, Tyler Perry, what is this? It blows my mind every time I see nudity on his stuff. I'm just like, what the heck? But anyway, I'm watching it like, good. Nice. Okay. Perky. Hairless. Oh, no. Smooth. But anyway, so that wound up happening. And at the very end of the episode, baby, girl, Zack get a phone call from the bank that he put all his money in, and he put that stock tip on. Now, first of all, like somebody said, they didn't know that banks do that, or something similar to that. Like banks have a stock center and they do all. Girl, I don't do all that investing shit, so I don't know. Y'all probably write in the comments, most likely. But anyway, this is fictional, so we just gonna play along with it, okay? The bank called and was like, that stock tip that you put in, you put the $19,000 in, and it went up to $787. And he was like, so basically, and do you want to sell it? That's what the lady was saying. Do you want to sell it? You need to sell it. You should probably look into selling it. And he was like, so basically, you're calling me to tell me that I only got $787 left in my account. So why do I need to sell it? Why? I don't understand what you're saying. She said, no, baby, you got $787,000 in your account. I said, Zack just might be in it for the win. This whole time we were saying, Zack, you being dumb. You being dumb. Okay, why would you do that? Why would you do that? Oh my God. And come to find out, it worked out. It worked out. I said, what? But mama gonna be questioning him next week. Okay, how did you know about this stock? How did you know about this? Don't question me. Just give me my money. Okay, that's all that you need to do. Give me my money, because I'm not questioning you and how you do your job, okay? Just give me my money. But that was Sistas. It was a cute episode. Nothing much, really. Y'all tell me how y'all feel about it. I'm about to go watch the encore. Why I thought this was the season finale of the encore. We got a whole nother episode next week. Anyway, y'all, I'll see y'all later. Peace.